Hello, my beloved spirited living community. It feels like it's been a while since I've done this. I think it has. Wonderful to be back. I've been happily distracted by getting certified as a Joyly Global Ambassador. To definitely go to my Instagram and Facebook pages to find out more about that. And I love this. I'm glad I had found out about this particular goddess. I've heard vaguely of her, and her celebration, her official celebration, is March 15th. Is the Ides of March, and that is Anna Perenna. She's actually, as I put in the description, she's a goddess that has to do with cycles and letting go of the old and having the new come in. And March in Roman times was considered, with the spring equinox, was considered to be the start of the year. You know, it was Aries. Aries happens. You know, the spring equinox is when the sun enters Aries, and this year it's on March 19th. I actually just posted in the Wellness Universe an article about a blog about the spring equinox, and so the Romans consider that to be the beginning of their year. And Anna Perenna is, so she's connected with cycles of nature in particular. Also is connected with several different moon goddesses, with Luna, which of course we know means moon, with Io, which is a Greek moon goddess, and there was one other one. Let me see if I can find her. She may show up somewhere. And because she's connected with cycles, you can invoke her. You can really honor her by bringing in anything circular, like wreaths and rings and halos and that kind of thing. So she's known, she's also a great one to invoke for long life and renewal. Good one on your birthday, you know, so that you live many more years. Health in general. And her name actually means, Anna means to live through a year. Anna, like annual. I mean, we know that nowadays. Where perenna, like perennial, means lasting many years. So her name itself, the Roman, translation of her name means living many years. And she's, in some legends, she's described as an old woman, that she started out, as many goddesses that we learn about did, that she is described as an old woman. Other legends, she's described as a young woman. And the old woman one is the one that associates her to March, because Ares, the god, the war god, apparently one of the myths is that he came to her and wanted her advice to win over the heart of Minerva, who was the warrior goddess, and he was the warrior god. So, and she played Anna Perenna in this guise, in this personification of an old woman. She went along with him basically and said, "Okay, I'll bring her to you," and she did. And Minerva she was a sworn version. She was the goddess of war and the arts, and the Greek version of her is Athena, as you probably know. So she dressed herself up as Minerva and presented herself to him. And when he raised her veil to give her a kiss, he discovered that it was actually the wonderful old woman Anna. And she just laughed at him, and I guess he put up with it, but the idea was that that's around this time, and because he was honored, Aries, as in Aries the constellation too, he was her celebrations were celebrated were at the same time as his in March, and in those celebrations, people apparently tell coarse jokes and sing coarse songs at Anna Perenna's festivities, and so those festivities also associated with the Ides of March. It was, as I said, it was considered the first month of the year, and sacrifices that were made to her, often of wine, with the intent that the circle of the year would be completed happily. So wherever you consider the beginning of your year, and I think certainly the astrological beginning of the year is when the sun enters Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So welcoming spring. I mean, this is a lovely, different kind of way maybe to celebrate the spring equinox. She also embodies the idea of the moon. I talked about some of the moon goddesses that she's connected with. And people, what would happen on March 15, the Ides of March, is that people would gather in the first milestone of the Via Flaminia in her sacred grove of fruit trees, which bloomed at that time of year. And they would camp out, and they'd bring tents, and they'd make little shelters from leafy branches, and they would picnic merrily into the night. And the idea was that you would, it was believed that one would live as many years as you could drink cups of wine. So clearly there were a lot of people getting drunk at these festivities. She was the other, and one of the reasons that this happens at this time as well, in addition to the connection with Aries, is that she in her persona as a living person, she was an old woman from the town of Beaulieu, and in like around 500 BCE, the plebeians, who were the commoners or the peasants, were tired of paying taxes. So and being, forced into the military to fight on behalf of all the aristocrats, and the fact that they had no voice in the government. So they holed themselves up in the Sacred Mount in Rome. Or actually, it was a little north of Rome. And they had intentions to secede from the Roman Empire. They were finally coaxed back to Rome with the institution of the tribunes, which were where they could send representatives to. And while they were holed up, while they were on strike, so to speak, Anna Perenna, in her, as a woman, brought the plebeians cakes and kept them fed. And so she was always popular with the common people. And after her death, that's when she became a goddess, because this gentle spirit that she portrayed, offering spiritual harmony, bringing everybody back together, and random acts of kindness, if you will. So there's some other legends about her too. You should definitely look her up. So I invite you to, I've often talked about, do I have her lovely book here? Yeah, Patricia Telesco. I should be one of her publicists. Has a wonderful book called 360 Goddesses, A Daily Guide to the Magic and Inspiration of the Goddess. She doesn't always get the dates right, but she has wonderful invocations and ideas in there. One of the things that she suggests is to invoke her for longevity, to toast her, to invoke her with wine, and to say, a long life of health, blessed from winter to spring, that's the transition we're in, Anna Perenna, longevity bring. A little bit of rhyming there. From winter to spring, Anna Perenna, longevity bring. And then wear something circular, a ring, a belt, any circular item. And I would invite you this is one of my songs that is one of my favorite circle songs that really captures the idea of old and new and the cycle of life, if you will. And it goes, we are an old circle, we are a new circle, we are the same circle deeper than before. We are an old circle, we are a new circle, we are the same circle deeper than before. It's a lovely one to bring into your own circle gatherings if you do them. And you can also substitute, we are an old people, we are a new people. But to keep it in the circle motif of Anna Perenna is why I shared that with you today. So enjoy getting to know her a little better. I will post, as I always do, a little bit more about her and my resources on my YouTube channel. Please do check that out, subscribe, send people there, and learn more about the power of really welcoming, of really making a very intentional commitment to to honoring all the qualities of the divine feminine, compassion and collaboration and cooperation, and honoring our intuition, honoring our emotions, our connections to nature, our bodies, all of those. There's actually, if you click on the YouTube video, there's actually a place, I think you click on an eye, and it takes you to a deeper explanation of the divine feminine and why she's so important to bring back today. I think you can agree, given the state that the world is in. So thanks so much for being with me, and sing and honor Anna Perenna on March 15th or any other time when you really need to invoke peace and security and longevity and renewal. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now.